Alright gamers, welcome. This game we're going to be playing Aphelios Lulu into Samira Leona. So once again facing one of Aphelios' hardest counters, Samira. She's going to be running Exhaust. We're running Cleanse because we need that against Leona anyway, so we're going to have that to just remove that in fights potentially. I may want to ward this brush. I'd rather not, but I think yeah, if possible, I'd rather just ward this one instead. We'll switch focus to Samira instead. I mean, Leona's not that good in a level 1 fight. Lulu's stronger. So, very solid trade for us there. Push her out of the brush. Perfect. She should have just stayed in this brush, because then I would have had to use my ward to push her out of this brush, but then she'd still be here, like fairly nearby, and that would limit how much I could push Samira instead, because I pushed her out of this brush, which I didn't really. She just walked out of it. She pussied out. Then I push her out of this brush. Then she's just really far away and Samira can't hang anymore. Okay, shit. Solid combo there. Gonna consume my cookie. Okay, I'm gonna cleanse this. Oh. Can I get this? Oh my god. Okay, thankfully I get her. I've got Triumph for what it's worth. Oh my god, that barely works out for us. Okay, I think we can just leave the wave here. I don't want to die to a jungle gank. I don't have good weapons for swinging in the wave yet anyway. Okay, pretty decent start. I suppose I can just do Static Shiv. Should be fine. Their only tank is Leona. Feels to me like a good philosophy may as well just be... Like, at least in a game like this, where I'm facing a tank support like Leona, I could do Yuntal if I can base on BF Sword. Or I can do Static Shiv if I can base on... not on BF Sword. In which case I have to settle. Okay, perfect. I haven't got the cannon. This wave state worked out perfectly for us. This is an absolute disaster for them. What they needed to do was lose that level 1 a little bit more gracefully. They shouldn't have taken so much goddamn poke. Obviously, the last final engage from Leona was probably a bit flubbed, but even then you could see it was still really close. Really close. So if they had just not lost as much HP in the level 1, where they were supposed to lose, but they didn't seem to realize that, that would have gone a lot better for them. Okay. Okay, Leona. Well, that's sad for Samira. Ah, only missed one. What is she doing? What if she was trolling? Because she had definitely a window she could use W there. She might have been trying to dash in to clear the wave and then just failed to find the timing to actually use her W, but I think that might have just been trolling. Might be tilted at Leona, because she knows, like I said, this is one of Aphelios' hardest matchups. They have a strong early game support. They're facing a hyper-scaling ADC with a scaling support, and they're just getting stomped so far. So she might have just tilted off of that. Okay, based off of Leona's pathing, I'm just a little bit suspicious. I want to just make sure that she's not actually setting up a flank with potentially their jungler. Okay, I thought Samira would have been basing. Never mind, I'll stop pushing. It's unusual for somebody to walk completely off screen. Not even in XP range if they're not actually basing. Especially when we haven't even tried to zone them yet. I'd already base for statics if I want to, but I'm not sure there's any point right now. Okay, we're getting ganked. I've got cleanse if I need it. The awkward limiting factor here, of course, is just the fact that Samira W would block my chakrams and remove them entirely. This matchup would become dramatically better for Aphelios if that just wasn't the thing. Okay, my jungler wants to do Drake, so I'm gonna start shoving, and then potentially we can help her out just in case Kayn decides to contest. If nothing else, I mean, I'm also running Bloodline, so the more stacks I get on this, the better. This gives me a free stack. Beautiful. And some free XP, of course. Alright, if Samira's basing, then I want to shove in base, but if she's not basing... As far as I can tell, she might be basing, so I have to start crashing just in case. I wasn't gonna run out of time to push it. I could also maybe just get a free plating here. I think I can. Yeah, perfect. This is the sort of situation as well where if Lulu was gonna contest that plating, like literally takes it from me, maybe I wouldn't even bother trying to go for the plating. Because it might not be worth delaying my recall for, but... Since it's uncontested, then I think the plating is very high value. But from my perspective, that's literally half of the gold equals half of the incentive to actually go for the plating if my support is going to be around and tax it anyway. It's always worth taking into consideration. Is this plating going to be a solo plating, or is it going to be shared with my support? In which case, like, again, half the value, may as well just let my support farm it by themselves, while I just prioritize getting a faster base. Obviously, ideally, in most circumstances, you'd probably just rather have the ADC getting the solo plating and the support just lets him get the solo plating. But since you can't really communicate that to support in such a short time frame, a lot of the time you'll just recall and let them have the plating. Even though that's really backwards. I'm gonna be careful here, by the way. Even though I am really ahead of Samira. It's Samira versus Aphelios, and I've got white, like the exact weapon she counters the most. Okay. Okay, she wasted her W. Stomp this then. Nice try. You can see how somewhat close that was. I'm half HP even though I had such a massive lead. That's even though she didn't even manage to charge up her ult. Alright, time to base. Samira's gonna get in the lane in time to defend this for sure, so let's not overstay. Actually, I could have also sold my cookies and got a dagger, I think. Oh well. I'm gonna shove this under turret and then potentially I can keep pushing for that turret. It's not gonna be first turret actually if we don't get this. Yeah, sorry, if we get this. Somehow our top lane turret is already down. So York is kind of stomping.
An enemy has been slain.
In which case we may as well just go between the waves and just bully Samira off the farm entirely. No point rushing to take this turret down, to be honest. Can also ward there. I definitely wouldn't be in range of the turret when it finally dies, so I can get the gold. Ideally, Lulu would not be in range. I think she's intentionally trying that. Which is perfect. And we just let the turret kill as many of these minions as possible. Perfect. Well, she killed her. Nice. Alright, well, time to base. Or, I should be able to shove another wave in, actually. I don't need green, I just need purple to shove this fast. But I guess we may as well just keep on pushing here, right? We see Leona, we see Victor at least. Don't know where Kayn is, but this is looking like a free turret. Oh yeah, there's Kayn, so it is free. In which case we can stick around, crash yet another wave. We'll have plenty of warning if they suddenly start rotating from mid. Alright, perfect. I actually stopped paying attention, so maybe they already started rotating to us. Hopefully not. That's, not good. I should have been paying attention. Seems we're just fine though, but that's hindsight. Still sitting on 2 cookies. No need to sell them yet. I just need to remember to actually use them when I'm in combat because I'm not used to using cookies, but I'm getting a little bit better about it. Whoa! I wonder if that guy is trolling. That was weird. Maybe... I think she was the only one envisioned, to be fair, but still, like, she's under turret. It's a bit of a reach. She's also very tanky. Cleared the whole wave. So now that we've shoved in mid, we can also potentially just look to collapse on this Yorick. So we do with the mid prowl, aka we get the first shove, means we get the first move. Unfortunately, Lulu's not following me, Diana's not following me, Yorick might also have some vision. At least he's backing off, so... Either way, we still release some pressure off that turret just by even beginning to rotate, right? Oop, I'm trying to hit that. Failed, oh well. Oh, she's dead. Wait, what the... What did I get? Oh, I didn't notice the Victor thing on me. I need to try and melt the Kayn. Perfect. Still got chakrams. Oh, I took one throw shot too many. Oh well. That wasn't too bad. Shit, I forgot about the cookie. Knew I would. Oh well. An enemy has been slain. Okay, do they have much armor? Not too much, in which case I'll just try out the Infinity Edge third item. Tried to do this in my previous game, but... the game, well, I did do it, but the game ended literally as I bought it. I didn't get ahead of champion with it, so... Usually I would prefer Lord Dominic's third item. Because by the third item stage, generally you can expect the enemy armors to be very high and get a lot of value out of that. Whereas, you know, even though it's third item, we only have one crit item already, so it would be a 50% crit Infinity Edge, not a 75% crit Infinity Edge. But, you know, since their armor shouldn't be too high, because I'm just getting this so fucking early, because I'm just incredibly ahead, that might make it more worth to do Infinity Edge instead. Lux potentially getting ganked top lane. We want to rotate on this, Lulu. She needs to actually follow calls. Maybe I can catch out Samira here. Nice. Okay, we can rotate back to mid lane then. Or we can just potentially give up that wave and just go for the Herald instead. It's probably going to be worth. Oh, damn, I didn't want that one-shot my sentry. It's going to be a row spawning there. That would be nice to pick up. Okay, he's dead. Nice, okay. Since it was only the two of them, I'm not sure what they expected there. I don't have to be afraid of just those two. Okay, we see York bot, so I know there's not going to be a huge collapse. The most that can come here alongside Samira is Kayn. I'm not afraid of Kayn. Even though he's Shadow Assassin, he just seems to be very behind. We got a Lulu for protection. She would just absolutely demolish him. With the polymorph and the ult. Alright. And now I can look for a base. At this point we can finally end up selling these cookies. Maybe it is better to sell them when you have a chance. Just cause... Who knows, like maybe against that, in that dive against Victor where I got hit by the turret shot. Maybe if I had 60 more HP I would have survived. Maybe I'm just greeting, trying to always get the healing based off of missing health. I feel like they nerfed that specifically anyway to make it less worth to hold cookies, so maybe I just have to change my philosophy on that. But anyway, okay, once again we don't actually get to try out the Infinity Edge because they surrender before I can hit anybody. Oh well, GG. Alright gamers, welcome. This game we're going to be playing Aphelios Milio into Samira Thrash, which is going to be a very strong matchup against us. Unfortunately, Samira's very good into Aphelios. Her W can block our ult. Her W also blocks our chakrams if we happen to generate any, and they won't bounce back to us. On top of that, playing with Thrash, somebody who's very good at picking away squishies, immobile squishies like Aphelios. And the support is just Amelia, somebody who's also going to be vulnerable in the early game. So we're just trying to skill for late game here, but even that should be quite challenging against such an aggressive bot lane, but we'll try to do our best. To that end, of course, just once again running the cookies and Cosmic Insight setup. I want more HP, I want more sustain. And I also want the lower cooldown on my flash and also my cleanse. We're running cleanse entirely just for the thresh hook, by the way. Occasionally it'll just be a get out of jail for free card if we happen to flip a thresh hook and actually get hit. Then we can just cleanse it and should be able to escape. No problem. Unless he's in a position where he can also just queue in and play us back, but even then we'll still have greatly improved chances. Well, for what it's worth, we have perfect velocity so far. Samira's already missed 1 CS, so it's good in our favor for now. We're also fairly close to our turret here, so don't feel too unsafe right now. And feel free to poke Samira a little bit. Although it is a bit unfortunate about my cleanse, by the way, that pretty much the only thing it is useful for is the Thresh hook. Actually, it's also going to be useful against Exhaust, apparently. Thresh is also running Exhaust. But that's it. It's not going to be very useful against the rest of the comp, unless maybe I get hit by a Shake of Fear. Yeah, this past 30 seconds or so have been very prosperous for me. Samira has taken a lot of damage without fighting back. Which if she doesn't get engaged, she can't really fight back. I do have the range advantage. She's relying on Thresh to engage and he hasn't found one. I have a Renekton jungle. Alright, if we can just crash this, we should be able to base. I think we're probably getting ganked. Yeah, I need to flash this. Oh, wow. I think I'm fine. Yeah. What the hell, Shaco? Should have cleansed that. Oh my god. Hang on, I'll try taking another cookie. Ah, damn it. Okay, does she die at least? Wow. Okay, at least she dies. I didn't hit her back though, so I don't get the kill. That was crazy though. I didn't want to use my purple Q on the Shaco there, because it has an animation. It stops me. I stop moving when I do that. I wanted him to just die to that one auto. What should be to live with? Yeah, he was a fucking psychopath for even going for that. That very much shocked me, because it shouldn't have been worth 12 HP. Sad. Alright, on the bright side, this didn't actually crash properly. I'm actually going to arrive to most of this farm. Whereas Samira arrives to very little, so I'm actually going to be getting a very clear CS lead here. The downside is that this probably isn't like the best outcome we should have had. We were stomping Samira really hard. If there was no Shaco gank, probably we would have had a much clearer win. But oh well. Oh, whoops. Actually, she's not even going to miss that much. There was all the CS that didn't die under turret. Trying to harass her with the flames. Nice. And after crashing this, we can now just go place a ward. Samira's already half HP, so it's a promising start, but we need to be very careful here. I don't have any summoners. If I get hooked, I will still die. It doesn't matter that Samira is low. Because of her W, like her W block is insanely long in a fight. If I don't even get to start fighting back until her W is over, that's just a ridiculous disadvantage. On top of the fact that she is just stronger in the early game, and aside from that. So right now we need to respect. Hit Thresh, no hook, that's the main threat. Samira might greed for a last hit here. Her Q is on a fairly low cooldown, it seems. Also respecting even when she doesn't have Q up. Okay, we see Shaco is bot side. Spotting bot side from mid lane, so gotta watch out for the fact that he could look for a gank soon. Could be a decent bait. Hopefully this doesn't just kill me. Oh, I'm good. I'll root this guy. Oh, I was trying to time my damage for the last hit, but I think I didn't account for his shield popping up. Oh well. Yeah, he has Guardian. Maybe that's what gave him the random shielding while he was stunned. Okay, Shaco got a random Drake. Tier puck there. She can't even block it. Or there a W if she wanted to. Gonna see how much I need for static shiv. Hopefully if I shove this wave, I've got it. Wait, why am I even building static shiv actually? I didn't necessarily want to build it in this game. Huh. Well, I can still do it. I suppose. This guy is dead. I don't know what he's doing there. I suppose maybe he wanted to flank, but accidentally got cut out. Okay, he actually lives. Yeah, I'm not sure about doing static shiv in a matchup where we're supposed to lose. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's not too bad. Totally no assist for Fizz on the Katarina, but if it costs them all that just to kill Fizz, it's not a good play for them, I don't think. I'm using my red, not my chakrams. There we go. Sadly, I couldn't kill her faster until she used her W, because otherwise, if she just blocks even one auto, it cancels out how much more DPS I'm supposed to do with white, unless I'm already in melee range. Should be able to get this plating. I might get ganked by Shaco. If I do, it is what it is. Alright, nice. If it wasn't so tanky, I could maybe kill him there, but he is very tanky right now. Okay. Got a lot of gold spend. I'm gonna spend it. Does he have vision or... Oh crap. I've probably already died here. A trial thing, but yeah, that gets blocked. I'll just try flashing out, fuck it. Does she flash out as well? Why does she flash out? Could have consumed my cookie as well, by the way, but... Okay, I don't know what the hell happened there. Did she, like, E onto me as I flashed away and went in the opposite direction? I don't know why she was worried about dying there. Unless it was just accidental, her leaving. Alright, well, yeah, so I wasn't accounting for the Thresh obviously being able to land her and Samira in. That was a huge oversight, but doesn't end up killing us, God bless. I might just do Swifties for some safety here. Especially with Thresh engages with like either his... Well, whether he uses Flare or whether he uses ult, either way, it's a slow. That was really, really unnecessary for Millie if we just look at his positioning there. I mean, what are you walking up for? You know, like, you're a support. You don't need to farm. A little bit of XP is not the end of the world. Why are you even in a position where you can be caught out there? Some causes are worth risking death for. Getting XP as a support is not, like, especially like 11 minutes into the game, it's just not one of them. Thank you for taxing on my farm, buddy. Yeah, seemingly the best thing I can do against Samira, I think, is just immediately using my ult at the very start of a fight. Oh, let's shove another wave. Is seemingly you just using my ult at the very start of a fight? Oh, am I gonna die here? Maybe. Nice. Yeah, just using my ult at the very start of a fight. Oh my god, it's still going for it. Yes, they are. Beautiful. Nice. Whoa. We can call that clone. Nice. Yeah, I've been trying to say this for ages. Using my ult at the very start of a fight in order to just immediately force her to use her W. Like, if she blocks it with her W, oh man, I don't get to land my ult. That's a disaster. But you know what? It's an expected disaster. Like, it's gonna happen. But at the very least, if she immediately gets her W out of the way, now I don't need to worry about her, like, messing up all my chakrams, about, like, needing to use red, otherwise my autos are gonna get blocked. That sort of thing. So I should just be leading the fight with my ult, no matter what. Maybe there are some exceptions, but as a general game plan, that seems smart. Wow, they're going for another one. These guys are psychos. Alright, let's see if I can base here. Maybe I should have stayed at that point, but oh well. I got Swifties, so... Yeah, also, like, this build just gives so much AD and attack speed by itself. You can go Swifties, like, just like you can go Swifties with Yuntal if you want, you can also just go... Swifties with Static Shift. In fact, I would say it's even more viable, because by not going Yuntal, you know, you don't have as much crit, you don't have as much stats in general, and Berserker's Greaves are basically like a multiplier, they give you attack speed, so they synergize the more damage you build. With Static Shift, you're not actually building that much damage, just because you're missing out on that 25% crit. So there's not as much of a drawback to not building the 25% attack speed of Berserkers. Oh, I guess I'm getting zoned from farm here, that's sad. All I can do is soak up XP here. I've got Cleanse, but I definitely can't get something like that cannon. Let's spark the PT on her. Good trade even with the Thresh shielding her. Well, it was an okay trade, I should say. Oh my god, my static shift has done a lot of damage to champions this game, by the way. Careful, Milio. I suppose he didn't realize Thresh was in the brush. That's obviously why I wasn't walking forwards. That actually happens sometimes. Like, the enemy support is like pressuring you in a brush, invisible for ages, to the point where like you definitely know that he's there, but anybody who looks at the lane doesn't realize the support is there, and they walk into the lane not realizing the support is in the brush, and they just end up dying. Obviously, it didn't happen to Milio this time. He didn't quite die, but I've seen it happen before. It just gave me deja vu. Alright, Samira gonna try and base here or what? No, she's not. Okay, we can chill with the pushing then. Hang on, can we follow up here? Oh, she just... Okay. Oh, crap. I've got the burn giving me aggro. Okay, she's dead here. I misclicked! No! Oh, Amelia could have tapped her as well. Oh, fuck's sake. Ah, oh, damn it. That required too much APM from me and I just misclicked the minion. Fuck that, but this is so annoying. It's just the goddamn Milio burn that gave me the aggro when otherwise it shouldn't have happened. 8 HP, by the way. Oh my god, my luck. My luck this game. Second time I die by a margin of like 15 HP or less. Oh well. Wouldn't have happened if I didn't make a mistake. Just a bit awkward that Milio died in the process as well. Yeah, since I had my Chakras fully stacked, well, I had a lot of Chakras during that fight since Samira landed her, wasted her W, so I got to actually land my ult. They should not have been dragging that fight out. I don't know what Thresh was thinking. It ended well for them, but that was just obviously very much in hindsight. Should have otherwise been a clean loss for them. Speaking of which, I mean, I don't know why Samira wasted her W. Maybe because she did, like, I wasn't part of the fight initially, so she thought she could use it, but... Nice. We're getting a lot of static shift procs onto champions, by the way. This is nuts. Usually it doesn't do this much damage early. Usually I just get a lot of wave clear from it. But this is crazy, like, it's way out damaging what Collector would have done. Or Yuntal. So, she didn't block my auto, but she still blocked my chakrams from returning. You see that shit? So disgusting. Like, I auto Thresh, then she pressed W, and my chakrams, since they needed to return to me and they're still projectiles, I just... didn't do anything. Careful, Milio. I'm assuming Samira's based there. We've got a lot of gold that can base for static shifts, so that's what I would like to do. This guy wants to do Drake, it's up in 14. 14 is not right now, so obviously I'm going to be a bit delayed if I go for the Drake still, but I think it is overall the correct call here. I'm also going for Q-Max. Again, like, I'm just not building that much damage if I'm going for Static Shiv Rush, so I'd rather just go for AD, since overall, like, W-Max is the best scaling stat. And our scaling is just severely delayed by going for Static Shiv, so, ooh. Damn it, it was the clone. I got cleanse if I need it, he might exhaust me. Or hook me. That's fine. Oh my god, this guy's just soloing Drake the whole time. Oh, he's on me. Oh my god, what are... He just barely lived, unless the red buff collector kills him. How was there so many boxes there? Jesus. Okay, I slightly messed up my cycle, but oh well, it is what it is. I suppose my ult only came up once the fight was over, right? Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, I guess the static shift has paid off hard this game. Like, at this point, no matter what else happens in this game, I just would not be achieving nearly as good results without the static shift. This is crazy. Like, even Bork doesn't do this much damage this early on. I don't know what has happened in this game to lead to so much static shift damage. I guess there's the fact that it resets, but still, like... I only have 6 skill participation. Why this game? Okay, Thresh might be on the way. I think I'm going to put 1 point to W here just for smoothness. Maybe it is enough points in Q at this point anyway, regardless. Yeah, I just felt like my attack speed felt a little bit clunky there since I'm not running Berserkers, which I usually do, so. I have no Warden here. Oh. I'm probably dead here. Oh, come on, if my ult actually hit him, he'd be dead. This didn't finish costing. Alright, that sucks. Didn't expect it to just flash on my ass. Does she have a red buff as well? No. Was that very... I was slowed with a Shaco E, so maybe if I cleansed that immediately, I would have actually been able to run away from her. At the start, I could just clearly tell there was such a huge attack speed differential that... movement speed differential, that flashing to the left wouldn't have achieved much. Unlucky. Wow, that was a lot of damage from... I don't know, okay, that's 2 E's, I'm sure. No way that was 1 Shaco E. Nice. Thank you very much, Emilio. If I'm unlucky, I'm gonna miss the cannon, but it will. Happens. Ah, yeah, exactly. God damn it. Why didn't they do Atacon actually after they killed me? Probably should have been theirs. Just want to check that Shaco isn't like soloing it or anything. No, he's not. He's over there. Is our Unranked an AFK? I feel like you recalled a while ago. Yeah, he's just moving around in base. Gonna have to drop the Atacon then. Well, I can steal the enemy red buff here and then perhaps collapse on the Trundle as well after, if need be. Nice one. Okay, well in that case... I was gonna go for the enemy golems while whoever farmed top took top lane farm, but since nobody seems to be wanting to take this farm, I'll just go for the farm myself. For now, they're all bots, so there's very little pressure on myself. I may still be able to take the enemy golems. Little mini objective for me there. Actually... Oh, what am I meant to get rid of now? Just white. Maybe I can even just go for this turret, actually. I'll try it. It's gonna be a much bigger reward than the golems if I can get that. Oh yeah, we melt this. Trundle's death timer is just so long for some reason. There we go, and now we can steal the golems. Gonna be too late to defend this most likely, but it will. Maybe could have defended if I realized that they were still pushing bot before I started the golems. Oh. You want to shove a wave before we go do this Drake. Force them to respond to that wave or just lose the wave. Well, that's not good. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I nearly had her if she didn't get help. Sucks. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. We just randomly died. I shouldn't have tried to kill Samira. She's just such a tanky ADC. She builds tabbies. Actually had Bloodthirster as well for sustain, I suppose. Yeah, in most circumstances I could kill an ADC in the amount of attacks that I did there, but obviously Samira is quite the exception. She already started with a full shield as well. So from here, like, maybe I could do a couple of autos, but by this point where it started ulting, I already should have just abandoned attacking entirely and just left. I'd have to be really fed to pull that off against the Samira. Ooh, Baron as well. That blows. Alright, I think by now I just want to switch on to the regular cycle anyway, if I can. Yeah, for sure at this point, by the way, we can just switch to maxing W, because we're gonna have Infinity Edge at some point soon, you know, within the next, like, 5 minutes. By which point we could have W fully maxed out, and the point where we have Infinity Edge is the point where auto attack power really spikes, having that crit amplification, so... I guess with this build, about 4 points in Q total is good, and then you can switch to maxing W. You can do 1 point more, 1 point less. Not super important, but I certainly probably wouldn't pull max Q, especially if you're doing, we probably shouldn't even be trying to help. Ooh, I got the shutdown, let's go. And a kill on him. The one with the... Wait, what? I was gonna say the one with the graviton mark on it is the real one, but how was it not? Was that a clone to begin with? I'm confused. This isn't working. Wrong thing. Shit, just because Trundle was already backdooring when we got into this fight, he might actually just end up ending here. Did they both have a graviton mark? I just can't tell. Oh, I'm not sure, I'm very confused there. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. GG.